Ready for softball from Monroeville, Alabama. ACCC brings you this matchup from the campus of Coastal Alabama Community College in Monroeville. Today's matchup features the Wallace Dothan Governors and the Coastal Alabama North Coyotes. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kamari Darrington. We take a look at the standings right now in the ACCC, the top 8 in Division II. And as you can see, Central Alabama 27-1 and Bishop State 22-6. Wallace Dothan Enterprise State tied at 19-9. Bevel State 18-10. Marion Military 13-15. And you see Coastal Alabama North in the 8th spot right now at 9-19. And the circle for Coastal Alabama North is Rihanna Johnson. This will be her 20th appearance and her 18th start. She's 0-4 with a 5.38 ERA. In 54 innings, she's allowed 105 hits, 88 runs, 9 walks, and 19 strikeouts to her credit this year. Leading off for the Governors will be Libby Buchanan. Rebecca Rowley, second baseman, will bat second. Ellie Castle, the shortstop, will bat third. Ella Houston, the pitcher, will bat fourth. Ella Brooke Barfield, the DP, will bat fifth. Sadie Hanks, the first base, will bat sixth. Aaron Curry, the catcher, will bat seventh. Very Laird, the left fielder, will bat eighth. And Lana Carpenter, the right fielder, will bat ninth. And pitching today for the Governors will be Ella Houston. Shaylee Mark playing at third base as the flex player. First pitch at 12:55 is outside for ball one. Wallace Dothan comes up with a record of 24-16 overall and 19-9 in the ACCC. Currently third in Division II as that one is lifted to left and it's caught by Alyssa Holmes, who's playing out in left field this afternoon. There's the first out of the inning. Defense for Coastal Alabama North. Alyssa Holmes just made that play out in left field. Center fielder is M.G. Watley. Down right is Jordan Rivera. Alana Peters is at third base. Shakayla Williams is at short. Jade Allen at second. Lydia Brewer is at first. And Madison Freeman is behind the plate. All nine players for Coastal North will bat this afternoon. Coastal North down to 11 players. Just found out before the game, so they're short-handed. Isabella Griggs currently out with a concussion, and Destiny Holmes, one of their best players, probably their best hitter, feared to have a torn ligament or torn meniscus in her knee. We'll find out for sure coming up this week if she'll be able to return this year. Rowley in the right field. This one's going to go over the head of Rivera and going to go all the way to the wall. And Rowley has the first hit for the Governors, and she's going to go for third. And she makes it there with a triple. And Rowley has her 5th triple of the season. And that is the first hit for Wallace Dothan. So a triple given up by Johnson. And that'll bring up Castle. Castle, the team's best hitter at .417. With 7 home runs and 51 RBIs. This is a Wallace Dothan team that hits .312 as a team. One out. Bunt laid down. Johnson will throw it to first. Get the out there. They're coming home with it. And the throw is not time. Actually, Freeman could not hang on to it. But there are 2 out. But the run is in for Wallace Dothan. They lead it 1-0. So they do get the run home. And now it's Houston. Houston to the plate. She'll be pitching, of course, for the Governors. 272 average, no home runs and 21 RBIs. Good on the outside. 1-2 streams this afternoon. We also got Snead State taking on Coastal Alabama South. Softball coming up in a matter of moments. Down in Bay Minette. Starting a little bit earlier than 1 o'clock here this afternoon. So also North moved this to Wednesday because of the weather forecast for the weekend. That one is just outside 3-0 to Houston. So nobody on, 2 out, 1 run in for Wallace Dothan. Ellabrook Barfield is on deck. And that's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. And that will bring up Barfield, 365 average. No home runs and 12 RBIs on the year for the DP. That one's good for a strike. Ground ball fouled off. It's quickly 0-2. Mary Grace Watley, Kayla Williams, and Rihanna Johnson will be the first three to the plate for the Coyotes in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 is outside. Freeman tried to bring it back, but was unsuccessful. Ground ball fouled off, still 1-2. Swing and a miss. And that's first strikeout of the contest. And that will end the inning. Run a ground out by Castle. Leads to a run by Rao after her one out triple. And it is 1-0 in favor of Wallace Dothan as we go to the bottom of the first here from Monroeville.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Season winding down here in the ACCC. Wallace Dothan with a 1-0 lead on Coastal Alabama North. Ella Houston will pitch for Wallace Dothan. She's making her 21st appearance in the circle, her 18th start of the year. 11-5 with a 2.84 ERA. She's already pitched 12 complete games. She's allowed 79 runs on 106 hits for 34 walks and 73 strikeouts and 115 2/3 innings. One of the top pitchers in all of the ACCC. Wallace Dothan second in team ERA at 3.66. Houston second in strikeouts in the league at 73. MG Watley, the center fielder, leading off for Coastal North. And there's a strike from Houston. Kayla Williams, shortstop, will be second. Rihanna Johnson, the pitcher, is third. Jordan Rivera, the right fielder, is fourth. Jade Allen, the second baseman, is fifth. Alyssa Holmes, the left fielder, is sixth. And that one is a ball. Lydia Brewer, the first baseman, is seventh. Madison Freeman, catcher's eighth. Batting ninth will be Delana Peters. Coastal North hits 254 as a team. This one down towards first, and stepping on the bag already is Hanks. And there's one out here in the first. One down for Kayla Williams. She's hitting 328. So with Holmes being out, Williams now has the best average on the team. And Williams takes a strike. 0-1. The defense for Wallace Dothan. Very layered is in left field as that one's fouled off. Count is 0-2. Center fielder Libby Buchanan. Lana Carpenter is out and right. Shaylee Monk is at third base. Ellie Castle is at short. Becca Rouse at second. First baseman Sadie Hanks. And behind the plate, the Catcher is Aaron Curry. 1-2 now to Williams with the Johnson on deck. And that one's fouled off. Coastal North is coming off its first series sweep of the season against Reed State. They won the first 2 games here in Monroeville last Thursday, 6-4 and 4-3, and then took 2 in Evergreen, 6-2 and 10-1. Reed State still searching for its first conference win of the year. Williams up the middle and a little sneak by, and giving Williams enough time to get the first base. That's the first hit for Coastal North. I think he'd still call that infield single. So that'll bring up Johnson. Johnson at 271. Home runs, 12 RBIs. The 2 pitchers going at it here. That one is downstairs. Sneed State and Coastal South just underway from Bay Minette. Balls, no strikes. Sneed State, of course, last year 1 game away from playing for the state championship last season. That's a strike. 2-1. Lost to Southern Union. Southern Union won 15 games last year, but they were 2 wins away from winning the state title. They had to, of course, beat Wallace Hansfield twice, and that wasn't happening. Wallace Hansfield won that game 3-0 and won yet another conference ACCC title. Johnson facing a 2-2 count with Williams at first. And she lifts this one towards right field, and on the run, catch could not be made by Carpenter. Good effort. One cannot come up with it. So Johnson gets another shot. The count of 2-2. Founds it straight back. Count remains 2-2. Troy Navarro, the right fielder, on deck for the Coyotes. They're trying to match the run that Wallace Dothan scored in the first. Back up the middle. So at the shortstop Castle, she'll beat Williams to the bag, and that will. And the throw to first is in time for the double play. And that will end the first inning. So Johnson grounds into a double play. And the Coyotes are done in the first. We go to the second, 1-0 in favor of Wallace Dothan.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Degrees and sunny here in Monroeville, but it feels a little hotter than that. Walk outside. Sadie Aggs leading off the second inning for Wallace Dothan. Wallace Dothan up 1-0 after the 1-out triple by Rebecca Rao. And then a ground out by Castle brought in the run. And one of our 2 streams this afternoon, both softball games. Sneed State taking on Coastal South. down in Bay Minette. You can watch both streams on our YouTube page, as you're doing right now, or you can go to JockJive.com. They've got an embedded video you can watch both streams on. I'm going to go for a strike, 3-1. Each team did get a hit in that first inning. And a walk. Second walk issued by Johnson. And that'll bring up Curry. Right at 300. She's got 3 home runs and 21 RBIs on the season. No one outside. Wallace Dothan seeking their 9th straight win. This thing started, they were right at 16-16. They swept through the last 8 games. 4 straight wins over LB Wallace and 4 straight over Chat Valley. On both games in Andalusia last Thursday, 9-0 and 6-0. And then a couple of wild games down in Dothan. LB Wallace 13-12, and then game 4 was 5-0 in favor of the Governors, as that one is into left center field. Second hit for Wallace Dothan. Runners now on first and second with nobody out. Very Laird will come to the plate, and we'll have a new pitcher right away, as Brewer will take over for Johnson. And Johnson will move from pitcher to first base. The first baseman and the pitcher switch up. And we'll let it warm up and come back in just a moment.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal, Alabama. I'm about to go and get this Lug Day started. Let's get it. We're here again after today. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
Brewer's numbers on the season. She's 1-5 with a 7.66 ERA. This will be her 21st appearance in the circle. She's pitched 6 in the third inning. She's allowed 109 runs on 107 hits, 47 walks, and 20 strikeouts. 66 of the 109 runs earned this year. So Laird will be the first to face her in the top of the second. So Johnson lasts just one full inning. 1 inning plus, if you will. And that was outside from ball 1, so. Atlanta Carpenter and the right fielders on deck. One pitch rolls home, gets away momentarily from Freeman, but Freeman able to find it. Peters coming up the line, and Williams over to cover third on that bunt attempt. Expect that bunt to go down the third base line. And there's a strike from Brewer. 3-2-1. Hanks walks. She's now on second. After Curry's hit, Curry's at first. 3-1. Three and 2. Still nobody out here in the second. Wallace Dothan up 1-0. the second walk of the inning. Bases are now loaded for Carpenter, the number 9 hitter in the order. 241 average, 4 home runs and 13 RBIs. 4 RBIs tied for the team lead. Also 4 home runs, second on the team. That one rolls home to Freeman. Oh, watch out. 1-1 is the count. Two teams will play again tomorrow in Dothan as they try to avoid the weather coming in this weekend. 2-1. Downstairs 3-1. No one to put Carpenter without scoring a run. Due up is Buchanan. She's on deck right now. And there's the walk. And Wallace Dothan now leads 2-0. Third walk this inning. That's an RBI for Carpenter. And then go back to the top of the order now with Buchanan. And we'll have a new pitcher. Johnson will go back to the circle. Oh, well. So Vera also will come out, and going out to right is Blakely Black. So Black will take over in right field for Rivera. And Rivera was leading off the next inning. So it'll be interesting when Rivera's the next person to hit for, was the next in the lineup to hit for Coastal North, but Black is taking that spot for now. So we're ready to go. Johnson is back in. And Cannon fouls it off. Coastal North and Wallace Dothan still scheduled to play Thursday and Saturday this weekend. And then the ACCC tournament begins in Patterson Field. It's the final weekend of the regular season for baseball in Division II. Patterson Field will be the site. 2-1. Ground ball. Brewer picks it up, throws home. They get the out. Oh, they called it safe. Oh, they said Freeman came off of the plate. That is no way. Wow. I thought Freeman had her foot on the plate. So it should now be 3. It's 3-0 now in favor of Wallace Dothan. It's a fielder's choice for Buchanan. So everybody's talking now as Wallace Dothan leads 3-0. So 2 runs are in. A A walk brought in a run, and now the fielder's choice by Buchanan brings in the second run of the inning. So 2 runs on 1 hit, 3 walks in the inning, and now fielder's choice. Now Rebecca Rowell will come to the plate. So ball no strikes to Rowell, the second baseman. She tripled back in the first and then scored on Castle's ground out to the pitcher. This is fouled back. Let's head toward the tennis courts. They're actually playing tennis over all those tennis courts as we speak. To the right side, that's off the glove of Allen and into center field. 1 run scores, and they're having trouble in the outfield. 2 runs score. Here comes Buchanan all the way around. Williams won't throw home. That's 3 runs come in. 6-0 in favor of Wallace Dothan. That one to right towards right field is fouled off. So 5 runs are scored in the inning. And that one is through for a base hit. Rowell is going to stop at third. There's still nobody out here in the second. So now Houston now will come into the circle in the bottom of the second with at least a 6-0 lead now. Walked her first time up in the first. She's the 8th batter of the inning. Good for a strike in the outside corner. So the inning started with a walk to Hanks, and Curry hit a single. Laird was walked to load the bases, and then Carpenter walked in the run with her walk. That one towards center field for a base hit. Rowell scores. Castle goes to second. And another hit in this inning. It's 7-0. Now Barfield, the number 9 batter in the order. Well, 9th batter of the inning, I should say. He's 5th in the order today. That one poked over towards second. They'll get to Allen. They'll get the out there. Now coming home when that throw was wide of the target. It's now 8-0. At first, they walked on the run earlier. Yeah. Swing and miss to Hanks. One's fouled off. 1-2. That one over to second. Here's Allen. Last throw is in time. Second time Hanks came up in the inning. 2 outs now. This one's popped up. This is Curry. Curry was Curry singled her first time up in the inning. That one towards right, and Allen goes over, makes the catch. That ends the inning, but not before 7 runs score on 4 hits for Wallace Dothan in the second. When we go to the bottom of the second, Coastal North up, down 8-0.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Bottom of the second, 7 runs in the second for Wallace Dothan. On 5 hits, was also a walk in the inning. So Vera will lead off the inning. Bottom of the second. Vera pops it up right side, and this will be caught by the right fielder Carpenter. 1 down. So Vera came back into the game to hit. There's Allen, the second baseman. 273 average, 1 home run and 20 RBIs. I wonder if Vera's now the DP. We'll find that out after this inning. Allen, second baseman, at the plate. 1-1. 11 batters came to the plate for Wallace Dothan in that second inning. Allen able to lay off there. 2-1. That's fouled off. Count remains 1-2. Sorry, no, 2-2, I should say. Three and two. Popped up right side. And it's handled by the second baseman Rowell. 2 down. Straight to Holmes. She's hitting 234. It'll have been the third for Wallace Dothan. Will be Laird, Carpenter, and Buchanan. And that one will get through for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Coastal North. And now Lydia Brewer. And appeal is granted. The ball's on a strike. Well, a tough inning Coastal North has dealt with here. It's now 0-2. And a quick swing and a miss. And that'll do it. Quick inning there. For just 4 come to the plate for Coastal North. Nothing doing but the single, My Holmes. We go to the third. It's 8-0 in favor of the Govs.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Johnson back out. She returned to the lineup after a couple of batters were faced by Brewer after she came in relief. And Laird will hit, although Scrapper's in the lineup, home plate umpire. So Brewer is back at first base. That's been the case. Well, can't see who's on right. I'm giving me a new defensive alignment. Hold on one second. Over to Peters, who's now playing second base, and she makes the play for out number 1. So let's get you up to speed on this. Jade Allen is now playing in left field. Lissa Holmes is in center. Joan Rivera returns to the game. She's back out in right. Kayla Williams is at third now. MG Watley goes from center to short. Peters goes from third to second. Brewer been back at first since she was re-swapped with Johnson. Freeman's still behind the plate for Wallace Dothan. For Coastal North, I should say. 1-1. So we got on that because there will be a pop quiz at the end of the third inning. Carpenter at the plate. Tries to bunt and takes the ball 2 to upstairs. Snead State already up 7-0 on Coastal South. They're in the bottom of the second. So both Coastal Alabama teams not haven't got a lot of luck here this afternoon. Coastal South, of course, in Division 1. The 1 pitch is there for a strike. Countdown 3-2. Down the line, that's a fair ball. That's going to go all the way to the corner. And Carpenter has got a one-out double. 7 hits now for Wallace Dothan. Now back to the top of the order, Buchanan. Buchanan reached on the fielder's choice, which resulted in an RBI. She also scored in the second. She's also flying out to left. And Buchanan fouls this one off 0-1. So, red hot Wallace Dothan team. Scored 10 runs in 3 of the 8 games they've won in a row. They've also have scored at least 9 runs in 4 of those games. And in the month of April, they've already scored 10 more runs 4 times. Got a record of 9-1 so far in the month of April. So they're playing their best softball of the season. David Dews is the head coach at Dothan, his second season there. Right back to Johnson. Johnson will go to the first, get the out there, and that will retire Buchanan. Well, as a single and a triple, she scored twice. She's got 3 RBIs on the day. 2 outs here in the third. Coastal North only has 2 hits in the game. They take on a perennial ACCC title contender. Up the middle, another base hit, and another run will score. 8 hits now for Wallace Dothan, and inning will continue. Rouse 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs in this game. Here's Castle. Castle grounded out in the first. He singled and scored back in the second. 9-0 in favor of the Governors. Up the middle. And it'll stop momentarily. Peters will not try to throw it to first. Another hit for Wallace Dothan. Now Houston. Houston's giving up 2 hits in the circle. Right now she's trying to add another run to the total with another hit. Rough start for Johnson. I believe faced 2 batters before she got the hook. And Johnson re-entered the game as took back over at pitching. Wallace scored 7 runs in that second inning. That's the big inning of the day here in Game 1 of the doubleheader, Game 1 of this 4-game series. That one to the left, and nice stab there by Williams. She comes over to make the play, and that will retire the side. Wallace Dothan adds a run. All 3 hits in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 9-0.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. It was that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Madison Freeman off the bottom of the third inning for Coastal North. Ella Houston out for a third inning of work. She's having a little bit better luck than Brewer and Johnson for Coastal North. Houston's just paced 7 batters so far. Freeman with an average of 169, no home runs and 9 RBIs. Freeman, Peters, and Wiley do up here in the third for the Govs. Or the Coyotes, should say. That one there for a strike. 0-1-2. Coastal North 7-16 here at home. Let's foul straight back. And still 0-2. Wallace Dothan 11-8 away from their home spot. We can add neutral sites 11-10 away from their home field. 13-6 at home. Swing and a miss. Second consecutive strikeout. Here's Peters. Landon playing, well, now she's playing at second. She was playing at third to start the game. Now she's playing at second. Peters trying to get on base, trying to get some base runners here. See the Coyotes can come from behind. And back to the pitcher, and there's the second out. Peters' effort made that look closer than it probably was going to be. Here's Wiley. Wiley grounded out her first time up, right to the first baseman. So outs here in the third. For the fourth inning, Barfield, Hook, Hanks, and Courier do up for Wallace Dothan. Swing and a miss, 0-2. They're struggling like Coastal North is. They're swinging away. Round to second. Round throws the first, and the Coyotes go down in order in the third. Go to the fourth. Still 9-0.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed. Thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going, and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
To start the fourth, we got a pinch hitter for Wallace Dothan. And she is in for Barfield, number 4, Layla Player. Player so far this year, 2 for 14, no home runs and 12 RBI, so she'll come in for 88. So player 2 for 14. And the designated hitter hit her spot. Start of the fourth inning here from Monroeville. Wallace Dothan, first game of this 4-game set, off to a good start. 9-0. That was a strike. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Johnson. And another pinch hitter, number 9, Caroline Armstrong. Hanks a spot and a nice catch by Brewer. 2 down. I didn't get a chance to write her name on my book yet. This one over to third, and Williams can't handle it. Amy Sin was the batter. And this will bring up Laird. So Laird comes to the plate. That one good for a strike. 0-1. Today here in the fourth. And ground ball to second, and Peters handles it, and that will do it for the third. So no harm done there in the third. Wallace Dothan still leads 9-0. They'll come back out in the bottom of the fifth.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Craft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
We got JockJive Sports coming up this week. Tomorrow, got 4 big ones. Wallace Dothan taking on Coastal Alabama North and at baseball at 12 noon. And then at 1, Marion Military will take on LB Wallace in softball. We got the ALABCA game of the week. Bob Jones taking on James Clemens. And at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central Time, Georgia Highlands at Georgia Military in softball. And now got a mark of 9-0 in favor of Wallace. Into the bottom of the fourth now. And here's Williams to lead off. Williams to right field. Carpenter over. And got 1 down. Johnson. That's upstairs for ball one. Two balls, no strikes. Wallace team has got 9 runs on 9 hits. 2-1. Ground ball. Oh, the first is in time. 2 down. Vera back to hit again. She came back in to hit. Jan Allen on deck, the second baseman. Popped up, left side, Castle. And that is a 1-2-3, 4th inning. Well, that was 4th. Wallace Dothan trying to add some insurance to a 9-0 lead. As they are on 1. Well, from winning it.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Pinch hitter for Carpenter, now lead 2 hitting. I'm going for a strike 1-1. Well, doing in the bottom of the 5th for Coastal North. Allen, Holmes, and Brewer. 5, 6, and 7 hitters. I'll need 2 runs to keep the game alive. Swing and miss. And that'll do it for Tobe. Get him now at the top of the order. 9-0 in favor of Wallace Dothan. At the top of the 5th. For his 9th straight win, and Coastal North came with a 4-game win streak, but that's going to come to an end. And no play. And we have another pinch hitter. Izzy Everts hitting for Ralph. Runner goes. Throw is wide of the target. Everett's 0 for 3 on the season. Doesn't have an RBI. To the right side, a base hit. Rounding third is Buchanan, but she'll stay there. They'll throw back to the home. 11th hit for Wallace Dothan. So Everett gets her first hit of the season. She's now 1 for 4. Goes at the corners now for Castle. Castle singled twice. She's also grounded out and bringing a run. To the right side and just under the glove of Peters. And coming home to score the 10th run is Buchanan. Everett goes to second on the play. And it's 10-0 in favor of Wallace Dothan. Ella Houston. Downstairs, ball no strikes. To left field, that is going to drop in front of Allen. And now the bases are loaded. The player is back up to the plate now. First time she struck out. Everybody is talking to everybody. Good to have you with us here on this gorgeous day here. 70 degrees plus here. So runners, Everett's at third, Castle at second, Houston at third. Our first 4. And reach base via the base hit. Tube start this inning with a strikeout. So now player. The score now 10-0. Bases loaded here in the top of the 5th. Player fouls it off. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Player taking her hack. She doesn't get much time at the plate, so she's gonna take as many hacks as she can. 10-0 here in the In the fifth, one out, bases loaded. Called strike three. So player strikes out twice, and that'll bring up Hanks, who's back into the game. That one's outside. Bases are still loaded. And Curry's spot is on deck. She's in the on deck circle. Top of the fifth, 10-0. And it's 1-2. So close to getting out of this inning. Now we're on that side there, just over the glove of Peters. One run scores. Here comes another run. As Castle scores, it's 12-0. That one was over to the right side and foul off. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. And 12-0 lead for the team in black. Foul off 1-2. Miss the target. 2-2. Deuce was wild. Two on, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The third, and that one got away. This is ball 3. Payoff from Johnson. It's hitting the inner right field. Vera's over there. She's got the ball, and that ends the inning. Well, it's last sticks for Wallace Dothan, unless they can score 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. And let's see if they can do it right after this.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
and Chenault will come to pitch, trying to nail down the final 3 outs of this contest. Houston will give up 2 hits in her 4 innings. She did not walk anyone and had a pair of strikeouts. So last night, I was at a game between Jacksonville State and Alabama State. Jacksonville State was up 18-0. Alabama State did score 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th, but it was not enough to force the 6th inning as Jacksonville State won 18-5. So let's see what Colston can do here. They need 5 runs to keep the game going. This time for Chenault. As Jade Allen will step in. This is her second at bat. Popped out to the second baseman. Back in the 2nd inning. That one rolls home. 1-1. Allen, Holmes, and Brewer do up. Swing and a miss. 1-2. It's upstairs again. And a called strike 3. Again, the first. Well, man, I'm not sure if that would have mattered at this point in the game, but in any event, it's Holmes. And Zach going for a strike. I'm good for a strike. 0-2. This is the center field. And sliding in, but unable to make the catch is Buchanan. So Coastal North has a runner on with 1 out. 3rd hit. Holmes has 2 hits on the day. And here comes Brewer. Good for a strike, 0-1. Well, game 2 will be approximately 30 minutes after this one. Brewer pops it up. Left side for, and running in is Mock to make the play. 2-0. And then bring up Freeman. She's the last hope for Coastal North to avoid a run rule loss here in game 1. Start this game at 12:55. Freeman to left center field, and as Buchanan, she gets to it, and that'll do it for game 1. It's a 12-0 win in 5 in a game that takes just an hour and 13 minutes to complete. To make Wallace Dothan 25-16, they've now won 9 straight. They are now 20-9 in conference play. Chanel pitches a scoreless inning to finish it off. Ella Houston finishes the first, I guess, the win. She goes to 12-5 on the year, and pitches a 2-hit shutout, 3-hit shutout, as they combine for that. So game 2 coming up at about 2:40. We'll call it about 2:40. Here from Monroeville, Kamari Darrington saying so long for now. from Monroeville, and we'll see you in about 2:40 here on JockJive Sports.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College. There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Just about set for game 2 here from Monroeville. Wallace Dothan taking on Coastal Alabama North. The Governors took a 12-0 win in 5 innings in game 1. Take a look at the standings coming into today. Wallace Dothan sitting at 19-9. That win took them to 20-9 overall. Coastal Alabama North at 9-20 now in ACCC play, and 11-38 overall. Wallace Dothan comes with a record of 25-16 overall. 9 straight wins for the Governors after their win here this afternoon, as the two coaches about to have their meeting before game 2. We're getting the lineup for Coastal North here in just a minute. Get both lineups here in just a minute. Well, game 1, it was all Wallace Dothan from the beginning. Coastal North only had 3 hits in that first game, and they were really unable to get anyone past first base, get anyone to second base. And in fact, there was a double play at the first inning, that cut off any momentum, and then they only had 1 hit in the second and 1 hit in the fifth. So 3 hits on the day, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth. Wallace Dothan had 12 runs on 14 hits and went by 3 errors by Coastal North in order to take the big win there. So Wallace Dothan sitting at 29. Don't know any other scores right now, except for the fact that Snead State just finished off a 12-1 win in 5 innings against Coastal Alabama South. That game was actually 12-2 in game 1 there. So both Coastal North teams losing, Coastal Alabama teams losing in game 1 in 5 innings. So Game 2 of that doubleheader will start at about 3 p.m., so about 30 minutes they will get going there in Game 2. Those are only 2 streams we've got for you today here on JockJive. Well, let's get into the rest of this week's schedule so you continue to wait on the lineups coming up here for... Continue to wait on the lineups. On Thursday, Wallace Dothan is set to take on Coastal Alabama North in baseball. I'll be in Bruin tomorrow for that one. That is at 12 noon. And then from Andalusia is ACCC Softball. Marion Military taking on LB Wallace. That'll be at 1 p.m. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central Time, it's GCA Softball, Georgia Highlands and Georgia Military going at it in that matchup. And then at 3:30, we'll have the ALA-BCA game of the week. High school baseball coming up for you as Bob Jones is at James Clemens. That'll be at 3:30. So looking forward to that coming up this week. But once again, set for game 2. Wallace Dothan and Coastal Alabama North. And we'll have the lineups here in just a minute. I do see a list of homes going out. Looks like Madison Favre is going to be pitching for Coastal North. And her numbers this year, this is her 29th appearance in the circle, her 21st start. She has pitched 13 complete games. She is 3-5 with a 4.74 ERA. She's pitched 119 and 2/3 innings and has allowed 133 runs and 182 hits. 81 of the 133 runs earned, 23 walks, and 24 strikeouts. So far, we'll be pitching. See, Brewer is at first. Blakely Black goes out to right field. Okay. Well, let's play it by ear here. So Williams is behind the plate. And see, Peters up there at third base. It looks like Jane Allen is at second. And Mary Grace Watley is at short. See, Holmes out in Holmes left was going out to center field. Black out in right. And see, the left fielder is here. I wonder if it's the same lineup as in the first game. Was
she said it's similar? No, I don't know about them, but I know Coastal. She said it's similar, but I have no clue.
All right. Well, like I said, we play everything by ear around here for game 2. Buchanan will lead off. We do know that for the Generals. The Governors. I'm sorry. She takes ball 1 at 2:38 here local time. Game 1 for 4 in game 1. She fouls this one off its own 1. Sorry, 1-1, should say. So Buchanan leads off. Rebecca Rowell, the second base, will bat second. Ellie Castle, the shortstop, will bat third. Ella Houston, the DP, will bat fourth. Ella Brooke Bearfield, the left field, will bat fifth. Sadie Hanks, the first base, will bat sixth. And Aaron Curry, the catcher, will bat seventh. Lana Carpenter, the right field, will bat 8th, and Shaylee Mark, the third base, will bat 9th. Peters, the first, and that's wide of the target. And headed for second base is Buchanan, so not a good start for Coastal North in the outfield. And that'll bring up Rowell. Okay, Vera is out and left. Now good for a strike. So Jordan Vera is out and left. Alyssa Holmes is in center. Blakely Black is in right. At third is Atlanta Peters. Mary Grace Wiley is at short. Jade Allen is at second. Lily Brewer is at first, and Jakayla Williams is behind the plate. This is in the inner right field, and headed over there is Black. She's got the ball. There's one down. Headed for third, though, is Buchanan. She makes it there. One down on the first, that'll bring up Castle. Yeah. Actually, you know what? And that one popped up. And it's not going to be a base hit. Looks like it's going to be a hit. There was no play. No struggle. Here for Coastal North in the outfield here so far. So Buchanan staying at third. So Castle at the plate now. So Ella Houston at the plate. She's the DP here in game 2. And cut off, throw to third. That was a good, interesting play there. On strike. To right field. That's fouled off. 1-2. Houston pitched 4 innings in the first game and shut out the Coyotes. Countdown 2-2. Buchanan at third. Castle now at second after taking the base moments ago. 2 hits so far in the inning. And this one to right field. Blank on the run. It's going to drop fair. Buchanan will ease home. And rounding third is Castle. She will score. And it's 2-0 Wallace Dothan. Much like game 1. Wallace Dothan off to a good start here in game 2. So now Bearfield, the left fielder. And Bearfield takes a strike. 0-1. Caitlin Connor will pitch for Wallace Dothan. That one gets away from Williams and headed to second base. As Houston. There's again the head coach at Wallace Dothan, and this one in the right field, that will drop fair. Throw to third is up the line. Houston makes it there, and another hit in this inning. It's the 4th hit already for Wallace Dothan. Looks like it's going to come on Prince of Children DuPont. Sadie Hanks, the batter here. And there's a strike. Ball 2. And all 9 position players for Coastal North will bat in the lineup. This is hit to right field, and that's going to get past Black. Houston scores easily. Coming around is Barfield. She'll be waved around. Meanwhile, headed for third is Hanks. 2 more runs coming across the plate, and it's 4-0. It's a triple for Barfield. It's a triple for Hanks. As Hanks does a little dance there at the end. That is the 5th hit of the inning already. And I'm going to have some changes coming up here. So I see Black going from left to right. Right to left, I should say. Vera going from left to right. That's the only change I see at the moment. There's Curry. Curry is the 7th batter of the inning. Still only one out here in the first. To the right side. Picked up and throw to first is in time. Throw home not in time. And it's 5-0. So Curry will get an RBI on the ground out. Now the bases are empty. And they'll bring up Carpenter. Carpenter playing out in right field. On down low. What a difference a week makes. For this Coastal North team, that's fouled back. Last week they sweep Reed State. This week, well, they lost a run rule. Excuse me. Lost a run rule decision, and now they're already down 5-0 in the first inning. And now 2-2. And let's strike out. That'll end the inning. First strikeout, and the only strikeout of the inning for Favre. But 8 batters come to the plate. 5 of them cross it. And at the end of a half an inning, it's 5-0 already. Coastal North trails Wallace Dothan.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going, and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Well, first, Caitlin Carner is the pitcher for Wallace Dothan. Her 20th appearance and her 18th start. She's 11-6, near rate of 3.21. She's got 12 complete games to her credit, 64 runs on 110 inches allowed, 21 walks and 58 strikeouts in 93 2/3 innings pitched this year. MG Whiteley, the shortstop, will lead off for the Coyotes. So the trail is 5-0 already. 5 runs on 5 hits in that first inning for the Governors. Carter last pitched in Game 3 against LB Wallace. Allowed 10 runs on 13 hits with 4 strikeouts in that 13-12 win for Wallace Dothan. Alana Peters will bat second. This one's fouled off. Peters will bat second. Alyssa Holmes, the center fielder, bats third. Jordan Vera, now the right fielder, bats fourth. Lydia Brewer at first base, she'll bat fifth. Kayla Williams, the catcher, will bat sixth. Jane Allen, the second base, will bat seventh. Madison Farr, the pitcher, bats eighth. And Blakely Black will bat ninth. No flex player here, at least to start during Game 2. There's 3 hits in the first game for the Coyotes. 3-2 is the count. Now to Watley. She tries to start the offense for the Coyotes. And back up the middle, over to the shortstop. She kicks it into the left field. And that will... Watley reaches base. Peters will bat. Connor also pitched a complete game on the 10th against LB Wallace in a 6-0 win. She allowed just five hits, with 3 strikeouts and a walk. So a couple of different type of games that she pitched there last weekend. Peters tries to slap the ball and foul and takes strike one. 1-1 is the count now. Two and 1 out of Peters. Right back to the pitcher. Go to second for 1, and Peters too fast at first to get that one. So they do get the runner at second, Wiley. And Peters will reach on the fielder's choice. Alyssa Holmes batting third in this contest. She's the center fielder for Coastal Alabama North. And Holmes takes a strike. Against Snead State with a nice win earlier today. They defeat Coastal South 12-2 in 5 innings. Game 2 of that doubleheader about the top of the hour. See, we found some other softball scores from not just the ACCC, but from around the country as we go through Game 2 here this afternoon. Oh, good for a strike. And there's a strikeout. 2 down here in the first. There's Joy Rivera. So she's starting in left, and then after a few batters, she has moved over to right field. So that's in the first. Ground ball past the third baseman. There's a hit. So runners out first and second for Lydia Brewer. Swing and miss by Brewer. 1 ball on a strike. Do up in the second. For Wallace Dothan will be Mack, Buchanan, and Rao. And so on too, just like that. Coastal North fans have not been happy with the strike zone for most of the day. And that'll do it. Pair of strikeouts in that inning. And Coastal North strands 2. We go to the second. It is 5-0 in favor of Wallace Dothan.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
We start the second inning here from Monroeville. Game 2 for a doubleheader. Shaylee Mock will lead off. 5 runs for Wallace Dothan on 5 hits. Buchanan started with a double. Castle will then hit a single 2 batters later. The next hitter, Ella Houston, brought in 2 runs with a single. Fairfield then singled. Then Hanks hit a triple to bring in 2 more runs in her own right. And then Curry with an RBI ground out finished off the 5 runs of the inning. Balls and 2 strikes now. See if Farrell can find a rhythm here. She did get a strikeout to end the first. And that one's wide of the target, 1 and 2. Once again, Coastal North playing really short-handed, just 11 players total. Two and 2, trying to get Mock to chase. 2-2 to Mock. Down straight back to you. Well, the Dothan Coastal North baseball tomorrow afternoon from Bruton. That's at 12 noon. And that's off of far. Wiley still got time. Throw to first. Nope. Didn't get there. And there's a base hit for Mock. And just like that, back to the top of the order with Buchanan. And Buchanan lines this one foul. Oh, I'm trying to be a sports fan. The NBA play-in tournament just started last night. Of course, Stanley Cup playoffs begin this weekend as well. So, some playoff action coming up. And then, of course, as Buchanan lines this one to foul over coach's head. Of course, next week, the Division II softball and 2 baseball tournament begins at Patterson Field in Montgomery. Final month of the regular season for softball. That one line caught by Wiley. Throw back to first. Not in time. That's the first out of the second. Now Ringer Brown. Fly to right. In fact, hit in the first. Runner still at first with 1 out. This is sitting there in right field, and Rivera going back, makes the catch. Tacking up and going to second is Mock. She'll make it there. Second time around, flying out to right. There's Castle. On down the dirt. Williams throw to third. Not in time. Stolen base for Mock. So she's in scoring position with a base hit. She'll put run number 6 on the board for Wallace Dothan. Down towards third. Peters' throw is in time. That run doesn't count. And that'll end the second inning. So Wallace Dothan comes up empty. Have the leadoff hit base in by Mock. Bottom of the second coming your way. It's 5-0.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Krabs got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Caleb Williams, the catcher, will lead off the second inning for Coastal Alabama North. They trail 5-0 to the Governors of Wallace Dothan. Wallace Dothan has picked up their 20th conference win with the 12-0 5-inning win moments ago. Coastal North now 9-20 in the ACCC, still in the 8th spot. Chad Valley at 3-25 and Reed State at 0-28. Teams below Coastal North. And that one off of the pitcher. And Williams is aboard. And there's Allen. And we'll lay on a bunt. Throw to first is in time. Oh, back to second. Oh, that was close. So far, the pitcher now batting. Swing and a miss. Far at the plate, hitting 167, 3 for 18. There's a strike. Does have 3 RBIs on the year. And a called strike 3. 2 down. Beckley Black still looking for her first hit of the year. She's 0 for 8. Does have 1 RBI. Swing and a miss. Up on the third for Wallace Dothan will be Houston, Bearfield, and Hanks. To the left side, there's a base hit. And Williams will be stopped at third. A throw back in by Bearfield. So, like it's her first hit of the year, and it'll give Wiley a chance here in driving a run with 2 outs in the top of the second. Kind of trying to get out of the first, still with the second, I should say, still with a 5-0 lead. Foul straight back, and just like that is 0-2. The left center field, that's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run scores. Come all the way around. Third is Black. She will come in to score. It's a 2-run double for Wiley. And Coastal North is on the board for the first time today. It's 5-2. Peters down the line, just foul. So Watley, those 2 RBIs, that's going to give her 13 now on the season. Runner still at second. Inside. I almost hit Peters. And now running for third is Watley. Watley, nice play to get to third. That's good base running. So Peters with a chance with a hit to make it a 2-run game. And it's 2-1. That one good for a strike. 2-2. Coastal fans not happy. Wallace Dothan fans are happy. 2-2 to Peters. And that one was tipped. That's going to be a foul ball. Peters to third. Throw by Marcus in time, and that'll end the inning. But a 2-run double by MG Watley puts Coastal North on the board. It's 5-2. And we'll go to the top of the third.
She's frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ellie Houston leads off the top of the third for Wallace Dothan. Coastal North coming back with 2 runs in the bottom of the second. With the 2-run double by Watley, so they're right back into the fold here. Far out for her third inning work. So far she's given up 5 runs on 6 hits. Does have a strikeout. To another Houston. Houston, Bearfield, and Hanks are due up here in the third for the Governors. Still with a 9-game win streak, 2-1. So 25-16, so they were 16-16. Playing the best softball of the season so far. Line right to Watley, and Watley makes the play. 1 down here in the third. Airfield Singleton scored back in the first. She's playing out in left field here in game 2. Swing and a miss. Off of far, but right there's Allen. She makes the play, 2 down. I'll bring up Hanks, who hit a 2-run triple in the first. That one gets to the right side. Still time to throw her at her first, but no attempt there. So I think it's 2 for 2. That'll bring up Curry. Earned an RBI with the ground out to second back in the first. That capped off the 5-run inning for Wallace Dothan. Downstairs to Curry. Due up in the 3rd inning for Coastal North. Holmes, Avera, and Brewer. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Coyotes. This is heading there to center field. That's going to stay in the park, though. Holmes is under it. She's got the ball, and that will do it for the 3rd inning. So nothing doing there for Wallace Dothan for the 2nd straight inning. They lead it 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going, and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the Pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Don't forget to watch live games right here on JockJive Sports YouTube page. Also on the homepage of JockJive.com. And then sign up for a yearly subscription. If you sign up for a subscription, you're able to go back and watch these games on JockJive. And they'll be up on YouTube. Some of the live streams will be up on YouTube later on as the seasons wind down. Once again, go to JockJive.com. 5-2 is our score on the bottom of the 3rd. Holmes leads off for the Coyotes. Caitlin Connor comes out for inning number 3. There's a strike. Let's go for a strike on 2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. That's number 4 now for Connor. They're singled back in the first. Was stranded at first base. We look at team stats. Wallace Dothan had the 2nd most team strikeouts coming into today's play. 151. Houston was 73 coming in. Connor at 58. Houston now at 75 after her 2 strikeouts in the first game. Grandma was short. Castle, well, it's not going to get there. Castle slipped a little bit, and that caused the throw to be a little late. Had a little hesitation as Brewer coming to the plate. Brewer can make something happen here. She struck out back in the first. She also struck out in the first game. She's 0 for 3 so far, combined the 2 games. Swing and a miss, 1-1. So East and Coastal South underway in the top of the first there down the Bay Minette. I'm at the first and out in time. Count down 2-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning, and number 5 overall. Now Williams reached on the error back on the first. She came around to score. She comes up with 1 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the third. Williams pops this one up and out of play. Marlin strike to Williams. Upstairs. The Wallace team does not have a lot of stolen bases coming in. 17 for 20 attempts in stolen bases coming into today. Williams back to the pitcher. Connor, she'll take the out at first to end the inning. So Coastal North comes up empty. We play 3. It's 5-2 Wallace Dothan over Coastal Alabama North. This is JockJive Sports coverage of JUCO softball.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive. Five to 2 in favor of Wallace Dothan, and a pinch hitter for Carpenter to start the inning. I'm sorry, Carpenter batting now. Carpenter struck out in the first inning. She was the only strikeout victim so far for Favre. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And there towards right field. And Vera can't get to it. It's over her head. Carpenter will head to second on the play. And Wallace Dothan in business early. Shaylee Mock is the batter. And Mock twisted to left, but it's fouled off. So the count is 0-1. Mock singled in the first. The second was stranded at third after a line out, a fly out, and a ground out to end the inning in the second for Wallace Dothan. Mock to right field again. This one will drop in foul territory.
So the count's 0-2. Upstairs 1-2. The set matchup I'm looking forward to in the playoffs so far probably be LA and Minnesota. I think it's going to be probably the best series of the first round. Mock hits this one in the air towards left. Peter's over there, but not enough room. And you don't see those two teams match up very often in the playoffs, especially not lately. So that'll be a fun series to watch. Indiana and Milwaukee, I think, will be pretty good. That one to center field, and Holmes gets to it. She makes the catch. Carpenter will tag up and go to third. One down. Time for the order now to be Cannon. Just tries the bunt and takes a strike on the outside corner. Dothan leads 5-2. Top of the fourth. All 5 runs scored in the first. Since then, Coastal North is almost off the board. But a run at third. That was a strike. 1-2. Due up in the fourth for the Coyotes. For the bottom third of the order. Allen, Favre, and Black. 7, 8, and 9. 1-2 is over the glove of Allen. 1 run will score, and that will go all the way to the wall as the outfielders had trouble with it. And heading to third was Buchanan. 6-2. Buchanan does get an RBI. And of course the air in the outfield. This one in right center field. That's going to drop and go all the way to the wall. Buchanan will cruise home. Meanwhile, Rowell is headed for second. She's got a double. And it's 7-2. 9 hits now for Wallace Dothan. There's Cathal, just 1 out. This is fouled off. Nice catch by the fan right there off the deflection of the top of the net. This one to center field, and it's caught by Holmes. Anyone going to third is Rowell. So now 2 down for Houston. Houston 1 for 2, and 2-run single back in the first, and lined out to MG Wiley back in the third. Ground ball to third. Peters, quick throw. Got it. And that will retire the side. The Wallace Dothan adds 2 into the total. And takes a 7-2 lead into the bottom of the fourth here for Monroeville.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Allen leads on the fourth for Coastal Alabama North as they trail 7-2. So they gave it the 2 runs that they earned in the top half of the inning. Ball, no strikes to Allen. Allen, Favre, and Black, the bottom third of the order, due up here in the fourth for Coastal Alabama North. 2-0. It's 1-1. Down straight back. Coastal North will play 2 games tomorrow, and the next doubleheader is the 22nd at Baton Rouge. And then they'll finish out their regular season with a 4-game set against Bevel State. They'll play here at home on the 24th. So lifted towards the right side, but there's not enough room to get to it. That's the top of the dugout for Wallace Dothan. Speaking of Wallace Dothan, they'll play their final 4 games of the season next week, starting next Thursday at Bishop State, and they'll follow up with their 2 final home games, both against Bishop State in the final week of the season. Allen on a full count, rounds at the second, and she's safe. Rowell kind of rolls slowly to her, and Rowell did not have enough time to get Allen to first base. Rowell struck out looking back in the second. Farmer takes a strike. Let's try to bunt. Farmer lays down a bunt. It's a good one. Connor will flip it to first for the out. No one's covering the bag at second. One down here in the fourth. I got her first hit of the season in the second inning with a single. She also scored in the second. Caught the 2-run double by Watley. Line takes ball 1 down low. 1-1. Arsenal finally broke through 2 runs in the second and played 6 scoreless innings through the first 2 games. Losing 12-0 in game 1. This time they put up 2 runs on the board, but they're down by 5. Right back to the pitcher and throw to second, and they're going to double her off. She had to go back to second, so base running error there to end the 4th, and there's a disappointment there for Coastal North. So that'll do it for them. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th, top of the 5th at 7-2.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Wallace Dothan following up the top half of the 4th. It's a score 2 runs with a 0 for the defense in the bottom of the 4th. And now we're into the 5th inning. Wallace Dothan leading it by the count of 7-2. Leading off is very Laird, who will hit for Barefield. 1-1. And there's a strike. Swing and a miss. It was down on strikes. That is the second strikeout for Favre. And I'm bringing up Hanks. Hanks is 2 for 2, triple in the first. 2-run triple in the first, single in the third. And we'll get 4 strike. Count is 1-1. This is hit in the air towards right center. And Holmes gets under it for the second out. Now Curry. Curry's over 2. Does have an RBI with a ground down in the first inning. Fly out to center back in the third. These 2 teams will play in Dothan tomorrow. The baseball teams start their series Thursday. They'll try to play Thursday, Saturday. That one goes through the hole. So 2-out single for Curtis. She's on the board there for the first time. 10th hit for Wallace Dothan. I'm good for a strike. Carpenter pops it up right side. Brewer calls it off, and she is able to hang on to it to end the inning. Bottom of the fifth coming up. Wallace Dothan still trailing. 7-2 in favor. Coastal North is still trailing 7-2 in favor of the Governors.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going, and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the Pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Reached the bottom of the fifth. 5-run lead for Wallace Dothan. Watley, Peters, and Holmes do up here in the fifth.
Now batting number 3, Angie Wallace.
Watley has a pair of hits, a single and a double. She drove in both runs for Coastal North in the second with her 2-run double. Popped on right side, foul territory. Watch out! And they can't get there. So it's 0-2. Thing is, the catcher, you gotta let the first baseman handle that one so you can actually see it a little bit better there. One, two. Tried to pull it back across, but umpire wasn't fooled. 1-2. To right field. And it's going to be caught by the set. Whoa! Almost jinxed her there. One out here in the fifth. Peters 0 for 2. She steps in here in the fifth. To the outside, 1-0. To the outside, 2-0. Connors pitched a solid game. 2 runs on 6 hits. Does have 5 strikeouts in the game. Peters pulls it back, takes a strike, 2-1. Peters down the line. It's going to be fouled off, and count's going to be 2-2. Lisa Holmes is on deck. She struck out twice. Struck out looking in the first and struck out swinging in the third. Peters over to short. It's Castle. Then Castle bobbled it a bit. There comes Holmes. Good for a strike. That was one of those that she pulled back. That one through the right side. Peters able to jump over for a hit. So Holmes gets on the board. And here comes Rivera. 7th hit for Coastal North. Balls in the strike to Rivera, 1 out. Runners down on first and second. Swing and I miss. 0-2. Oh, 2 down the line. That'll be a foul ball. That's a foul ball. It will be set back. Balls into strike to Rivera. Your Brewers on deck. Popped up. Middle of the infield. It is dropped. Peters has the third. And Holmes will make it to second safely. It gets through the legs of the center, the shortstop. Wow. Peters scores at 7-3. So there's a. I didn't see the out. There should only be 1 out, I believe. In any event, hitting will be Johnson. Johnson will hit for Brewers. So Rivera was called out. That's where 2 outs are from. But I didn't see. Well, I didn't see what happened with Rivera. To the right side, and it drops. It's a lot louder here than it was again. Don't know why. Got some athletes out here cheering on the softball team now. Johnson over to short, and it's bobbled again. Oh, that actually hit Holmes. But Holmes is on the bag, so she should be fine. Johnson, oh no, yeah, she did slide into second. And that'll do it for the fifth inning. Just more base running errors there by another base running error. But Wallace Dothan and go to the sixth. It is 7-3.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Top of the sixth now. The Coyotes get a run in the fifth. Make it a 4-run game. Shaylee Mock will lead off, followed by Buchanan and Rowell here in the sixth. Wallace Dothan leading it. And that's upstairs, 1-1. Downstairs 2-1. Three and one. The 3-1. Heading there to the left. And it is caught on the run by Black. Now Buchanan. He's down a bunt. Peters with a quick throw. Not in time. I think Johnson's on the bag anyway. So bunt single for Buchanan, and here's Rowell. It was 1 for 3 with a single. To right field. And it's out of play. No balls in strike. Round 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI on Saturday in the 5-0 win, and went 2 for 3 with a double and RBI the other day. There's a base hit. So back-to-back hits after the flyout, and that'll bring up Castle. Castle singled back in the first and scored in the inning. 7-3. Ground ball to second. They tag her. Throw to second, not in time. I think when she tagged her, the ball popped out. And so they call everyone safe. It's a fielder's choice for Castle. So they don't get it out, and the bases are loaded. Popped up. And Allen makes the catch. She turns, and there'll be no throw home. That's Laird. Laird struck out in the first at bat. That was back in the fifth. And a swing and a miss. Williams, Allen, and Favre are due up in the sixth. For Coastal North, it's still a 4-run game. One and two. And it's been a wild second game. First game was 12-0 in favor of Wallace Dothan. On the outside corner, missed it though, 2 and 2. Oh, one wide of the target. And Laird fouls it off. The 3-2. Foul off. Bases loaded, 2 out. This is a big pitch here. Try to keep this a 4-run game. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Favre. It's her third of the game, but it strands the bases loaded. It's the bottom of the sixth. It's 7-3.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Bottom of the sixth, Coastal North. Able to lead the bases up for Wallace Dothan. And now Williams will try to lead on for the sixth inning. Coastal North trying to get back in it. Trailing 7-3. I'll straight back to you. One. Meanwhile, baby net. 3-0 in the top of the fourth. Coastal South trying to get a split. They at least need state. That one go for a strike. It's 0-2. Jade Allen is on deck from Coastal North. Goes trailed by 4. Williams to the right side. Oh, nice snag. Throw to first. Not in time. 8th hit for Coastal North. Williams with an incredible effort. Both times she reached base, she's really had to hustle to get there, but she did. Now Jade Allen. Allen singled back in the 4th, a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd. That was a strike. Inside this time, 1-1. So far, Connor has avoided the big innings. She did give it the 2-run double to Wiley in the 2nd, but other than that, just the 1 run in the 5th. 1-2. Coastal North 7-17 at home, 3-19 on the road. So they have been playing better here in Monroeville. That was poked foul, 1-2. Just had that full game win streak snapped. That 12-0 loss in game 1. Dothan's now on 9 straight. Slow roll to short. Castle will throw it to first. Not in time. Back-to-back infield singles. And that'll bring up Favre. Bunt shown. And it's outside for ball 1. And Black is on deck. Two on, nobody out. Favre down low. Williams going for third. Throw is high. And Williams is coming home. Williams will score. Allen goes to second. It's 7-4. So a throwing error on the catcher. That's the 6th error of the game for Wallace Dothan. Far right side. It's caught. Allen quickly retreats to second. Also North just chipping away. Got it down to 3. Swing and a miss. Popped up. And it lands in foul. It lands in foul territory. Black got a reprieve there. And she ran inside the baseline. I think she had no choice. She really didn't have a choice because there were 2 governors there trying to field the ball. Oh, 2. Slow roller again. Throw to first is in time. We don't throw to third. They're 2 down. Wally hit a 2-run double back in the second. She's 2 for 3. And there for a strike. To open the 7th for Wallace Dothan will be Hanks, Curry, and Carpenter. One. Peters is on deck. 2-1. Two and two. Down at third. A run is in this inning for Coastal North. Watley down the line, it's foul. Watley stays alive. Still 2 and 2. And Wiley gets another piece of it to stay alive. Still 2 and 2. Another 2-2, and Wiley fouls off another. Still 2 and 2. Good competitive contest here in game 2. After a 12-0 game 1. Ground ball to short, and again it's bobbled. Throw to first, not in time. And run scores. It's now 7-5. Now Peters. So the tying run is at the plate now. They're at the bottom of the 6th. 2 more runs here from Coastal North. Peters fouls it off. Coastal North at 9-20 after the loss earlier. 9-20 in the division. Well, Dothan at 20-9, but the mistakes in the outfield have been the difference in the game that has kept Coastal North within striking distance. Inside, almost hit Peters. 2-1. Three balls and a strike. We got Holmes on deck. Peters, line. What a great play by Matt Mott there at third base. That ends the inning. Coastal North does add 2. It's 7-5. Wallace Dothan will look for some insurance to that 2-run lead.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going, and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Either join us at 12 noon for ACCC baseball. Wallace Dothan at Coastal North at 12 noon. And ACCC softball start our day. Marion Military taking on LB Wallace. This is how it looks after 6. Top of the 7th, 7-5. Peters. Angsters retired. There's one down here in the 7th. And now Curry. Heading there to center field. Holmes drifting back, but it's going to stay in the park. 2 down. And now Carpenter. Yeah, 7 errors today for Wallace Dothan in game 2. Wallace Dothan has stranded 7 runners on base in this game. Ground ball to short. Watley cannot make the play. 6 have been stranded. That's the 3rd error for Coastal North. Now Shanley Mock just finished the bottom of the 6th with a great play at 3rd. Is at the plate. Runner goes. Throw to 2nd is wide. It actually hits the runner in the helmet. And she gets to 2nd base. Mock, right side. Allen has it. That'll do it. And it's now last sticks for Coastal North. They need 2 to tie and 3 to win in the bottom of the 7th.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. 2nd one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We reached the bottom of the 7th. Caitlin Carter trying to go the distance here in game 2. Game 1 went to Wallace Dothan 12-0. Game 2 has been plagued by errors, really, for Wallace Dothan. They have 7 errors in game 2. Alyssa Holmes, Jordan Rivera, and Rihanna Johnson are due up in the 7th. They're down left field. Strike to start off the inning. Wallace Dothan will finish off the season against Bishop State next week. Also, North will have 2 games against Baton Rouge on the 22nd, and then 24th and 26th they'll take on Bevel State after this weekend is over. It's 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th between Snead State and Coastal South. That one is fouled off. And the count remains 0-2. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. Wednesday. I guess I wish it was Thursday. So in the right field, and that's caught. Coming on the right fielder makes the catch. One down here in the 7th. Now Rivera's reached base 3 times, but she's stranded at first base 3 times. And then the 5th, she reached on there and then apparently left the bag too soon and was called out at first base. One. Johnson's on deck. Coastal North gotta have base runners. They trail by 2. There to right field. It's Carpenter again. And 2 down. And Johnson represents the last hope for the Coyotes. Two down here in the 7th. That one rolled home. One. Williams is on deck. Foul back, and now Wallace, Coastal North is down his last strike. One ball and 2 strikes. Johnson trying to keep the inning alive and keep Coastal North's hopes alive. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning in the 7th, and it is a sweep. 6 strikeouts for Connor. She goes the distance, and Wallace Dothan goes up 2-0 in the series. They'll try to get the series win tomorrow in Dothan. Wallace Dothan, despite 7 errors, they were able to hang on and get the win. They go to 26-16, 21-9 in conference play. Coastal North has 11-39, 9-21 in conference play. Well, join us tomorrow for more of Wallace Dothan and Coastal North. This time on the baseball diamond from Brewton, Alabama. That'll be at 12 noon. Marion Military will take on LB Wallace at 1 p.m. Of course, the ALA BCA game of the week between Bob Jones and James Clemens at 3:30. That coverage starts at 3:30. And, of course, we'll get GCA Softball, Georgia Highlands, and Georgia Military tomorrow at 3. Kamari Darrington saying so long from Monroeville. It was a sweep. Wallace Dothan 12-0 in game 1 in 5, 7-5 to go the distance in game 2. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow in Brewton. All of us here at JockJive Sports. Good night and be safe.